So for some reason that will always be unknown to me, they've decided to chop some perfectly healthy trees down across the road to give them more light to their garden. So, and they've left all the logs laying around. So I'm recycling this log here, which is incredibly heavy. I just managed to haul it from over the road. It's nice and long, and I'm going to chop off the end and even it up, chop off the ends, and make something out of it, some sort of bee habitat, but I don't know what style or anything. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes. So what I'm doing is just preparing the wood with this tree saw here, little hand saw for branches, but it's perfect for taking off bark of the tree here. The reason I'm doing this is not really for any beneficial reason for the bees, just so it looks a bit attractive and not just a stump of wood with holes in it. But I've created these areas here. I don't know if you can look down there. So they'll all be finished and then drilled, and hopefully it will be quite an attractive habitat. So now the patterns are all cut in for where I'm going to drill the holes. I've PVA'd it. I know it's a contentious thing to do because PVA is still a chemical, even though it's not a terribly bad one. It's wood glue I've just mixed with water. And the reason for doing this is twofold. One, it strengthens the surface and makes a nice, once it dries hard, it allows you to create a much cleaner cut with the drill at the opening of the hole, which they do favour. And the other reason is purely aesthetic. It's to stop the wood or the bark from splitting away from the wood, peeling away, which it will do after a couple of years. So it just adds life to the whole habitat. So now that bit's all done and sanded and PVA'd, I'll start drilling. So the beast is complete, but before I show you it, I thought I'd share with you these alliums, which are covered in bees, and not only one type. There's a few types on here. The guy on the left there with the orange abdomen is Bombus pretorum. That's the early bumblebee, which is obviously a worker this late in the year. Then you've got some here with white tips. They're buff tails, which is a Bombus terrestris, which are everywhere now, and I don't remember seeing that many of them, but they're doing really well this year. And I have put a lot of flowers out, especially alliums. I've got 300 of them, so they're a brilliant plant. If you want a really good plant for bees, then alliums you can't go wrong with. So before I take you to the monster, these two you've seen probably several times. I'm going to put a link to the guy on the left for leafcutter bees, which is what the new habitat is predominantly designed for. Now you can see the one on the left's done much better than the one on the right. There's plenty of green final sort of doors on those chambers. All the other holes are in use and they're working their way towards the final hole. They obviously make sections with those cut leaves all the way back till they finish it off. Now one on the right, which is direct sunlight, hasn't got any use. Now one on the left is, let me think now, east facing, so it will get sunlight in the morning, but then from about 12 o'clock nothing else, and they do really well at that elevation. So with that in mind, that's what I wanted for the new one. Another great plant before we get there is sea holly, eryngiums, and these have done really, really well. The bees are loving these. Again, there's a buff tail, two buff tails on there, I believe. A great plant. Takes a while to come out, but it's quite long lasting when it does. So, okay, thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you with the final image now. Please bear in mind it isn't going to stay here, and it's going to be in a more sheltered location for leaf cutters. But I'll leave you with some music. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. All the money goes to charity, well, a big portion of it, and tools and wood and stuff to make habitats. But I'm just hopefully about to get my first payment of a whopping £60, but that will save a third of an acre of rainforest, so it's all good. Nothing's going to waste. It took about a year and a half, but never mind. I'll leave you with it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.